Hey everybody, Underscore here with Random Respawn again, and I am going to show you how to farm for Guardian weapons. Now Guardians, they spawn in the Test of Strength shrines. There are 20 of those shrines throughout Hyrule, and what we're going to do here is I'm going to basically supercut all of those together into one long video, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to farm. The key here is that every blood moon, all of these Guardians will respawn, so you pick and choose what sort of weapon you want, what sort of shield you want, or what guardian you want to fight. You go to that shrine and you kill him. So you can look down in the description of this video. I've linked all the timestamps and the weapons that fall from each of the guardians, but without further ado, we're going to get into the supercut of all 20 shrines. The way this is going to work is that you're going to see the level of difficulty of the shrine, whether it is minor, moderate, or major. You're going to see the name of the shrine, then it's going to cut to the location of the shrine, then it will be the guardian within the shrine. You can see what type of guardian you're fighting against, and then it will show you the power level, whether it's the attack or defense for the items that that guardian drops. So let's get right into it. In order to access this shrine, you're going to need to first blow up those rocks, which I just used a bomb arrow, and then light the spiky vines that are all around the outside. So you can either blow up the rocks with a bomb and use fire of any means to light all the rest of it up. I just chose a bomb arrow because it did both with one. So getting to this shrine is going to be a little bit different than the rest. What you're going to have to do is you're going to go to this location here as we zoom in a little bit. And then you're going to jump off this ledge, turn around while you paraglide, and then in the air you're going to have to fire a bomb arrow. So I'm in the rain right now, the bomb arrow didn't light, so I'm going under the edge, firing another bomb arrow, and boom, shrine is uncovered. So this shrine again is another one that is a little bit different. For anybody who has already activated this shrine, which is close to the Gerudo Tower, please go ahead and skip to the 11-minute 40-second mark. That'll be when the Guardian shows up. For everybody else, what you're going to need to do is go to this star here where I currently am, and you can see that there is a Sheikah plate to our left. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to stand on the Sheikah plate and fire an arrow into the sun, but it has to be done around the 3 p.m. mark. So we're going to light a campfire, we're going to sit until noon, and then we're just going to simply wait. So the next minute or so, or however long it takes, is going to be sort of a fast-forwarded view of waiting from noon to 3 p.m. And you can see the Sheikah plate light up. As soon as it lights up, we are going to stand on the plate, shoot at the sun, and the shrine will pop up. So yeah, if you understand it and don't want to wait through it, then go ahead and skip to the 11-minute 40 mark. So this shrine is going to be a little different as well. If anybody has already activated this shrine, feel free to go ahead to the 15-minute 20-second mark. That skips through all of the discovery of the shrine. But for everybody else, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to talk to this NPC, because we're trying to get that orb that she seems to be fondling and put it into the Sheikah plate, which will activate the shrine. So she basically is asking for a picture of 3 types of guardians. One that walks, one that flies, and then a small one. So if you teleport to this shrine here, you will be near the castle, and it gives you access to a flying and a walking guardian really easily. So what we're going to do here is I'm putting on the Sheikah set, so I have a little bit of stealth, and climbing up to the top of this hill here, and you can see I'm just going to take pictures of both of these guardians, which satisfies 2 out of the 3 requirements. So this is a walking one, and you can see it has that red exclamation mark, meaning it's part of a quest. So that is 1, and then we're going to look for a flying one. There he is. That is 2 of 3, and then the last one is going to be the small guardian, and that is any guardian in any of the shrines in this video. So they are the shrine guardians. So go ahead and take a picture of that, talk to the NPC again, and you're going to show her the 3 different pictures you've taken, and that satisfies this quest. So you'll show her those, she'll say okay, you can take the ball, put it in the Sheikah plate, and you are good to go. Unfortunately, this is another shrine that has something you need to do to get to it, and it is not the easiest. So, if anybody has already activated this shrine, please skip ahead to the 17-minute 55-second mark. For everybody else, what you're going to do here is you are going to listen to Cass, the NPC's song, telling you that the Sheikah plate below him, you need to stand on it, butt naked, when there is a blood moon. So you can read the flavor text here that he's telling you about, but essentially that's what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to stand on this plate that we're flying down to, wait for a blood moon, and you're going to have to strip down to your skivvies. That being said, the biggest issue here is finding a blood moon. So what you're going to do is you're going to travel to the Dueling Peaks stable, talk to my main man HESHO, who is to the left of the stable, and you're going to ask about the blood moon. He's going to tell you if tonight's moon is a blood moon. So you're just going to have to basically keep asking him every night, and as of right now, there isn't a way to force it to trigger. So You can camp at the stables, you can make bonfires, whatever you need to do until you get to a blood moon. And then you can see here, our Sheikah plate has lit up. And so we're standing on it. We have no clothes on. You can still have a weapon on if you want to. And the shrine appears. So pretty simple in theory on how to accomplish it, but I don't think anybody has found a way to purposefully trigger a blood moon yet. Who knows? Maybe by the time I put this video out, we do. But as of now, that's probably the hardest thing you're going to have to do for this. In order to access this shrine, you're going to need an item. So if you've already activated this shrine, please fast forward to the 19-minute 50-second mark. If you have not, what you're going to need to do is go to the Spring of Power here, and you're going to need to present the scale of the Dragon Dinral. So please check out our video for dragon part farming. You can easily get a Dinral scale from that, and all you have to do is hold it in your hands, offer it to the spring here, and then it will open up the shrine. Again, this is going to be a shrine that takes a little bit of effort to get to. So if you have already visited this shrine, please skip to the 22-minute 35-second mark. For everybody else, we are going into Hyrule Castle. So I marked on the map there with that blue pin, as you saw exactly where we're going, but essentially there is an inlet into the docks of the Hyrule Castle that is to the northwest region of the castle. So the location that was shown in the beginning of this little clip is that a place on the mountain range right to the north of the castle itself, and we're paragliding down here into the docks area. So what we're going to do is we're just going to paraglide into the castle and kill some enemies and activate the shrine. So this is no really prerequisites other than you have to venture into Hyrule Castle. If you have yet to go into the castle or don't want to do that, then feel free to skip this one. There are really no spoilers as far as the Hyrule Castle goes in this clip. But if you don't want to see any of it, then I wouldn't suggest doing this shrine. So we've cleared out the enemies here, and we're going up the staircase that is adjacent to the cave wall on the left. And what we're going to do here is not die by these. Kill them real quick. And we're going to make our way to the top of this staircase. And once we sort of loop around, we can see that there is a pyre in the middle here that we're going to have to light on fire. So I'm just going to take a bow, knock it, put it through one of the flames already there and shoot it at the pyre that we are lighting on fire. So once that lights on fire, we get the shrine. So that's all you really have to do. This is the last shrine that requires some work to get to, so if you've already visited this shrine or unlocked it, you can skip ahead to the 28-minute and 25-second mark. Everybody else, I'm going to show you how to get to it, but basically all you have to do is melt a bunch of ice. So use a flame weapon or whatever works best for your choice of fire and melt through the bunch of ice things. Eventually you'll get to the shrine, and the keypad on the shrine is encased in ice as well. Defrost that and you are good to go. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Again, I have been _y with Random Respawn. Please like, comment, subscribe, or you know what? Don't do any of that. Whatever you guys want. I'm just trying to get you guys to be the best Zelda players you can be. Thank you so much, and goodbye.